Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for another match of the DUBAI Sevens. This one is a pretty awesome game. South Africa versus Kenya. The reason it's awesome is Pool A is wide open in the DUBAI Sevens. We saw a draw earlier on between Australia and Kenya. Also in that same group, Great Britain getting themselves the upset win over the South Africans. So because of that, anyone in this grouping can get through at this point in time, which is why it's going to be so exciting looking through at the starting lineup for the South Africans. It will be Ryan Oosterhuizen, MP Visa, JC Pretorius, the Vol Uman, also Sawyers Wappies in the starting lineup alongside Shilton Van Vyk and Ricardo James Duarte is the last man in that starting lineup. Then for the Kenyans, will be Ambaka, Herman Hamwa, Kevin Wakesa, Billy Oriambo, Nelson Oyo Omundi, that is Anthony Omundi, and Ronaldo Omundi, the last man in their lineup. But like I mentioned, they had a draw with the Australians 19-all, which means anyone can win this pool, which is exactly what they're looking for. And it is a spot up against either Samoa or the USA that's on the line for the top two sides of this one. Did New Zealand win? They did indeed. They won 7 points for Fiji, 24 for New Zealand, I believe, was the end score. So quite a margin for the Kiwis there. So hi, mate, says Running Stories. Welcome in and make the West Indies great again, says that young boy Pete. But nonetheless, it will be the World Uman about to kick this one off for the South Africans up against Kenya, going from left to right. We're ready to go for another match of the DUBAI Sevens. Kenya receiving this ball. They'll always look to attack early in these fixtures. Try and really feel out your opposition in that first couple minutes. Give them a couple big hits as well. Normally the Kenyan tactic, and knock on though. Unfortunately, not what they would have been after the start of this one. Like they've said, Kenya normally very handy with the restart. So the fact that they have already had that handling error makes me a little bit concerned, because now South Africa just outside of the 22, a brilliant attacking opportunity. And I believe it was Ambaka just not able to quite hang on to that ball the way he normally would. South Africa with the feed now. Ball has been put in by Duarte, available out the back. Uman, ball on the outside. Shilton Van Vyk got plenty of pace. One more. Savebe Sawyers Wappi. Nice cutting ball. Doesn't go for the offload. Instead decides to recycle it for the South African halfback. The whole human now gets involved. One more on the outside. Pretorius goes off to MP Visa, who's going to back his size and pace. Hamwa takes him down, though only just short of the line. 15 meters out now for the South Africans. The World Uman almost goes straight through. 5 out. Another great tackle made. Ronaldo Omundi was the man who got that one. Now JC Pretorius spins and crawls. They've called it a try. Was it double movement though? I don't think they're going to check this one. I think it is a try for the number 6 JC Pretorius, a second of DUBAI. That's good work from South Africa. They made the most of that early Kenyan mistake, then just continued to try and attack the line. JC Pretorius, he was working hard. Does the big jump and the step around Kevin Wakesa. And then also Ronaldo Omundi wasn't able to stop him. Reaches out in the same movement they've said. It's one of those ones that they easily could have called it either way, I think, for JC Pretorius putting that ball over the line, but it's worked out for him. And it is going to be now 5 minutes left on the clock in this first half. South Africa with a 5-0 lead. They were unsuccessful in the conversion attempt. Those points could come back to haunt them depending on where we see the Kenyans go from there. It's going to be just kept in the field of play off the body of the South African player and put down. What a try that is for Ryan Oosterhuizen, although he doesn't look too confident. He might have messed this up. All right, they're checking this one. Try yes or no, but they somehow managed to keep this one inside of the field of play. Then Ryan Oosterhuizen, all he had to do was put this ball down. Easy try. He looked real disappointed for a guy who's just scored a try. Seems extremely... I don't know if he hurt himself or... No, he's just a man who shows no emotion. I would have thought a try on that one would have been quite exciting for his days, and he gives his teammates a clap, says, yeah, good job, boys. He's done brilliantly there. MP Visa to slap it back onto the side of the South Africans. In fact, it came off his body, and then Ryan Oosterhuizen gets it in behind, puts the ball down. Duarte goes over to congratulate him, and Ryan Oosterhuizen You wouldn't think he had just scored a try. Big kick from the touchline. Unsuccessful, though, so that will make the score after 3 minutes in this contest 10-0 for South Africa. This is more like the Blitzboks that we've seen in past competitions. They are defending champs of the DUBAI Sevens, and they're trying to qualify as high as they physically can. If they qualify first, more than likely they'll have USA. I want to say that Samoa will be able to defeat the USA, but that's a hard one to pick at the moment. But pretty much the top two of this pool, with Kenya, Australia, South Africa, and Great Britain, will be facing off against Samoa and the USA in the quarterfinals. Five back across again. JC Pretorius with a little bit of a skip. Ryan Osterhazen trying to spin out, but Amonde makes the nice tackle on him. And Visa ball available out the back here once again. Looking for the cross kick. Bit of unorthodoxness here in the Blitzbok attack, and Sawyer Wapi's dropped it cold. He's disappointed, the South African skipper. Just ended up going straight through the hands there for Zaviwe Sawyer Wapi through the bread basket. Wasn't able to quite hang on to it the way that he wanted it to. So it's currently an afternoon game, I believe, in South Africa for you guys tuning in. Also, currently local time in Dubai, I believe they're getting kind of close to the later evening. No, it must be actually only about maybe 3 p.m. I'm going to have to quickly Siri this. What is the time in Dubai? 3:25 p.m. That was not a bad guess at all. Now, ball put in by Omondi. Little bit of an early tackle from the South Africans. So now Kenya get themselves the penalty. They're still inside of their 22. They may look to kick it downfield. No, instead they want the scrum. They want to keep the South Africans inside of that breakdown. And like they've said, they could have easily kicked it downtown, got out of the 22, but I don't think Kenya are that confident in their line out here. A tap on the back from Duarte. I think he's just happy to be there at the moment. He just gave a nice friendly sorry about going a bit early, mate, but I'll try and get the timing right next time. It's going to be a scrum reset, using up a little bit more time on the clock. Already 5 minutes gone between these two sides. 10-0 at the moment for the Blitzboks over the Kenyans. Olade puts the ball in now. And where's our whānaus all gone on vacation? And there as well for Nate for the South Africans. Yeah, I guess it's one of those ones, the momentum of the Blitzboks normally determines how many people are watching them, if that makes sense, because we've seen so many in the past that they have been getting wrong. That's kind of caused a lot of people to slightly turn their back on the Blitzboks, unfortunately. And also because they lost to Great Britain, that probably made the remaining South Africans fans turn their back on the Blitzboks again. But luckily, there's still a tight-knit bunch that follow them no matter what. Win or lose, they are still bleeding the Blitzboks colours, and those are normally the fans that you want to hang around. Ball about to be put in by Duarte. Oh, wobbly scrum there. South Africa able to fire it out, and Yetru Hamish. Now the white cut-out pass. It's dropped again by South Africa, but it's going to be another penalty. Saving them a bit there because that was another big mistake. It just seems like anytime they try and use their back line, something happens to their hands and they don't want to hold the ball. Now, 50 seconds left in this matchup. I should mention the next game that we are going to be covering on the channel. It will be the women's match between Ireland and Fiji. And I believe that's at about 10 past 10 a.m. That's when that one's taking place. And then the last game that we are covering of the day will be Samoa versus USA. We've got a preview coming out a little bit later on for that contest. It's an intriguing one. Both sides having 2 wins. Someone's winning streak has to go, unless, of course, there's somehow a draw in that matchup. And now South Africa going back across. To be fair, we've already seen 2 draws. JC Pretorius stepping around about 4 different players. Someone needs to take him down. They don't. And Ipefisa is able to get the ball down for the South Africans. But yeah, we've already had Ireland drawing with Uganda a bit earlier on. We've also seen Australia drawing with Kenya. JC Pretorius, just the boom, the stepping, the fast twitch fiber in his legs, going rampage there. And then Impie Visa gets the ball down, scores the try, and that will make it 17-0 now at halftime. in favour of the South Africans. So a very good start to the match up against Kenya. The last time these two sides played off was actually in the London Sevens, and it was only about 5 points difference between the two sides. And also we have got there, hi Hamish, just got up, are you commentary women's game, says Spider-Mix. So the two women's games that we've got that we are doing on the channel in the near future are Fiji versus Ireland at about 1:10, and then also the matchup between New Zealand and France. That has taken place at, one moment, I'll quickly find out exactly when it is. New Zealand-France is at 2:44 a.m. and women's game between Fiji and Ireland has taken place at 1:13 a.m. So those are the two women's games. And then we've also got the matchup taking place between Samoa and the USA. I'd love to do Fiji-Argentina, but that game starts at 5:05 a.m. and I will need to sleep at some point, mainly because I think Isaac and George are coming round at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. And we're currently 12:30. So by the time I finish that last live stream, I might sneak 6 hours or so, and then we will be back up and running for another day. And we've got a long day. And quick, get something to drink, says Running Stories. No, I'm all good at the moment. The voice is still hanging in there. I'm not sure if I can say the same thing about it tomorrow night. I think it will almost disappear, guaranteed. Definitely if we're doing the cricket throughout the day. We did 7 hours of cricketing action. West Indies versus Australia. It was an enjoyable stream, that one. I missed the long format of doing a session, having the lunch break, coming back for another session, and then I actually got my parents involved, which was pretty cool for that one. I've just realized it's no longer my birthday as well, with it being 12:30 a.m. We're on the 3rd of December. Unless you're in South Africa, then it is still the 2nd. Science, innit? Or just more the way that the world is set out. Currently, they are showing Australia versus Great Britain. That will be kicking off in 11.5 minutes' time. I've said both of these sides, it's a must-win because 19-all draw for the Australians. I have no idea what I'm going to do now that I think about it. I've got a gap from about 1:30 to 2:45. I'm going to have like an hour and 15. I'll get to edit something. Not sure what yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. We've got a hard drive, one of the many hard drives that just have footage and more footage for us to get through. Going to be kicked off by the Kenyans. You can't say too much about what their attack has been like at the moment because we've hardly seen it. And Walt Uma now in a foot race. He will win it 9 times out of 10. Looks like a good enough chase from Anthony on Monday, but he can't stop him there. Beautifully done by the South Africans. They score another try for the Blitzboks. And it was your birthday. Happy birthday. It was indeed 2nd of December. So we did end up doing... This is something that I don't think many people can say. We ended up doing about 9 hours of streaming on my birthday, I believe. I think we went from about 3:20 and then on and off throughout the rest of the night, really. So we've had a fun day. At the end of the day, it's just like any other day, really, in terms of the YouTube channel. I might celebrate it some stage midweek. Might get to do something for it, but for now, we're in YouTube mode. Going to be a tough drop kick. It's got some good distance on it. Very accurate. Oh, it's hit the post and come back out. But it's going to be 22-0 now for the South Africans. Dwald Umam once again going to be kicking it off low and hard, looking for that long kick in behind. Kenya clean it up with Oyo. Nelson Oyo, we haven't seen him on attack yet in this game. But that was a good carry. I want to see Kenya get one try here. I feel like that will really boost their confidence heading into their next game up against Great Britain, because if they can win that, that would cause a big upset, and maybe Australia and South Africa are the two sides who go through. Ball available now on Mundi. Goes off to the short side. Here come the Kenyans. Going wide. William Baka cuts back. Oh, he's tackled well on the halfway line by JC Pretorius and South African watching from Saudi Arabia. Thanks, says Frederick Botha. And there's also, appreciate you being here, mate. What time is it in Saudi Arabia? Do let me know. Oh, nice run from Nelson Oyo again. Still building phase after phase here for Kenya. 5 minutes left in the second half. I don't believe they can come back to get enough tries to win this game, but they can still at least score themselves one. It's a nice inside ball from Billy Odhiambo. Off to Mbaka. Tries to break through his own teammate there. Beautiful offload. Here goes Odhiambo for the corner. The ball human pumped off. Flicks back on the inside. Kenyan class. And it's a try for the number 7, Anthony Omondi. That was absolutely sensational from the Kenyans. The offload on the inside. Absolutely incredible. And also we have got there, happy birthday, mate, still the 212 here in Australia, says a running story. So do appreciate that a lot, mate. And have we lost the game, Hamish? Says Spider-Meek. Who are we talking about? If we're talking New Zealand, yes. If we're talking South Africa, yes. Both sides have one loss under their belt at the current point of the competition. But Odiambo, to go for the corner the way he did, and Oosterhuizen tried to push him into touch. He wasn't able to. And a great try for Anthony Omundi to get the Kenyan crowd fired up in Dubai. And also, it's currently 2:33 in Saudi Arabia, says Frederick. Oh, so you must get all the sevens on at quite a nice time zone for yourself from start to finish. And I should mention, depending on whether or not Saudi Arabia have a broadcaster, if you do, actually, I'm going to try and help you out here as well. We're going to go like this one moment. But if you are in Kenya, no, you're not in Kenya, sorry, if you're in Saudi Arabia, you might be able to watch the World Sevens circuit, every game for free on their website. So that's the link to World Rugby. Pretty much down a little bit further in the latest videos, it's got DUBAI Sevens Day 1. In fact, I'm going to go like this and like this for you. That will be how to get onto day 1. It may say it's not available in your country, but if it is available, you will be able to watch all of the sevens for free on there. And all you need is pretty much to put in your email address for World Rugby and have an account, and they'll let you watch everything through there. So I do recommend that as an option. And also we go there. Who New Zealand lost to? They lost to Argentina in the end. A close fixture between the two sides, but Argentina got the better of the Kiwis, about 31 points to 26 or something along those lines. Nice run again from the Kenyans. Now, I said that they wouldn't be able to get themselves the win, but they're certainly trying in this one. Now in behind once again. Big run from Kenya. Down the wing, looked a little bit too high from Dulvin Blood. Now Kenya consider the quick tap. They might want the scrum again, do they? No. They're going to take the tap. Or are they? Kenya need to decide. This is using up a lot of time on the clock. That used up a good 30 seconds or so while trying to decide whether or not they were going to be going for it. And Frederica said, thanks, no worries. Do let me know if that works, by the way, because then if anyone else from Saudi Arabia is trying to watch, we will be able to help them out as well. But yeah, you'll be able to see the full day, which is the best bet to be able to watch all of the action. Later on tonight, South Africa playing Australia. That will be a good game of sevens to watch. Another quick tap for Kenya. Giving himself a little bit more space. Any party tomorrow, says Nate. That was a forward pass, but it's going to be, no, it wasn't going to be a play-on situation. It's going to be now the scrum for South Africa. I believe no party, but George and Isaac are coming around, and we might end up going bowling. I don't actually think they realize it's my birthday, though. I think they just think we're going bowling for the sake of it, mainly because Isaac is down for the weekend. Which I don't actually think he made it the same as my birthday weekend either. I think it's just the way that it's worked out in that regard. So we're going bowling. I'm waiting for the moment. I hope we're actually going to be doing the vlog, and I hope I catch the moment on their face when they realize that it was my birthday yesterday, because they know that Daniel's is the 22nd or the 23rd, and they know that mine's the 2nd or the 3rd. And I think they think it's the 3rd. Kicked him behind. Kenya chasing this one well. Oh, the shirt ripped over his head, but he somehow still kept it in the field of play. South Africa, they've been able to take it back and bowl an arm. Makes more sense. I want me to book some male strippers, says Nate. No, it's all right. I enjoy a bit of bowling. Oh, okay, there's the finish for Duarte. He is extremely happy at the moment. And what bowling? 10-pin bowling rather than lawn bowling. And hop long guy, says Nate there. So if New Zealand lost to Los Pumas and won their game against Fiji, how much to win by next to qualify, says Spider-Meek. Does depend a little bit on what the result of Fiji versus Argentina is, but they definitely need to win the game probably by around 40 points just to try and help themselves, maybe even more. Duarte, he is a ball of energy. Got the step, went through. He was smiling. He did the big dive. He was celebrating even before he hit the ground there. Bowling is fun, says Nate. It is. I enjoy putting the ball in the gutter multiple times in a row. which I think was actually what happened last time we went bowling. It's gone out to the side. 30 seconds left in this matchup at the moment. Yeah, we're certainly fired up, Duarte, to be able to score that try kick long by the South Africans. Should mention that they haven't actually got Selvin Davids for the 7 series either. Now, great run, I should say, up the middle. Kenya are going to get the last laugh in that one. Me bowling miss everything, says Nate, and scores the last try of the match, the Kenyans. He's done well. And that was Ibukuse, who was able to get that final try of this contest. So I should mention the next match that we are going to be covering, ladies and gentlemen, it will be Fiji versus Ireland for the women's match. That will be starting at about 1:10 a.m. New Zealand time. And we will be covering it from start to finish. Then after that, we've got a bit of a break through till about 2:44 a.m. That will be New Zealand versus France for the women's side. And then also after that, we've got Samoa versus the USA. Barefoot or shoes on? So for me, I'm a shoes on kind of guy for bowling. Well, I'd do lawn bowls barefoot. I don't know whether or not you guys will consider this sad or kind of nice, but pretty much my mum, she plays lawn bowls. That's not the sad or nice part, I should clarify. But yeah, so every Tuesday, I actually go down and play a bit of lawn bowls with her so that she can practice. Is that sad or is that nice? I don't know. But yeah, she kicked my bottom last time, but the time before that, I didn't go too bad. So we've got to try and improve in that aspect. But a lot of them trying to get me to sign up, but I think the schedule with YouTube might keep me out of the game for a little while. And also, we're better like next time, Kenya, says Spider Meg. Yeah, still not a bad result for the Kenyans. Points differential of -15. They need a big win up against Great Britain, I would think, to be able to go through and get themselves into the next stage of the competition. But Australia, they will be playing up against Great Britain in a very short moment. That will also help determine how the teams are sitting as we move forward in the future of the competition. But Great Britain, they are ranked 11th, and Australia, they are actually ranked 1st. And the 7 system, they were able to win Hong Kong. But nonetheless, this will be the end of this live stream. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Like I mentioned, back at 1:10 a.m., which is in only 30 minutes time, that will be for Fiji versus Ireland. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.